All right, AJ. Give us lots of volume.
Come on, I need to pick me up, baby. Lift me up.
Pick you up? You just got back from Turks and Caicos. You've already got to be on cloud 9.
That's right. I'm good.
Pick me up.
Hey. How you doing, girl?
I'm so good. How are you?
You kept the lights on. All right. It didn't all fall apart when I went away, huh?
No. We got it going on. Barely. Barely, but the lights are still on. You guys, welcome to the Hey Frase podcast on Wednesday. Paul Wharton is always here, and we have an incredible show because there is so much going on in pop culture. I don't even know where to start. I mean, the whole Roseanne thing. Drake has a secret baby. I mean, Pusha and this Drake drama. I'm all into it.
Who?
Drake did blackface. I mean, it's like all this crazy stuff.
How can a black man do blackface?
I have no idea. But have you seen this picture? Because I'm kind of like, well, wait a minute. Am I supposed to be? Is this offensive or is this not offensive?
Wait a sec.
I gotta bring this photo up.
Off the top.
Well, you and I are alike, though. We're never really offended, right? I mean, does anything?
I need somebody to kick me under the table to tell me when I should be offended. Sometimes.
Oh my God, me too.
Then I'm like, oh, I can't believe you said that. What did he say that's offensive? Like, I never know. I never know either. Are you offended by the Roseanne stuff? I'm totally offended by that. Devil.
Are you being bitch? Wait, did someone kick you or are you being serious?
No, I'm serious.
So, okay, was it just the one tweet about Valerie Jarrett comparing her to an ape that bothered you, or is it?
Well, yes, that's the only thing that, I mean, that to me was over the line. She said things, she likes Trump, fine, whatever. She's obnoxious. She went on Wendy Williams' show and she called out her bad marriage and all that. Okay, those are just rude things, but that was over the line, completely over the line. The Muslim Brotherhood meets Planet of the Apes, and that is Valerie Jarrett. I mean, come on.
Here's Drake, by the way. So this apparently was a photo taken. The photographer is freaking out online, has asked for it to be removed. I mean, it kind of looks pretty bad,
when he was a
right?
Kid?
No, this was like 3 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, apparently it was like supposed to be creative freedom, but now it's like resurfaced. He
gets a pass. Yeah, he's got a black daddy. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. I don't want to be right about these things. I don't want to be right about these things.
So you were offended by Roseanne.
I was
offended.
I was offended.
Then
there was no reason for it. And look, she came out and said, "Oh, I took an Ambien." Listen, you took an Ambien. Did you see the company that makes Ambien came out with a response to that?
They were like, bitch, that doesn't happen when you're on Ambien.
There could be a lot of side effects. Racism is not one of them. I'm like, ooh.
Well, a lot of people are very upset, though, because Roseanne has a history. You know, one of the things that bothers me in general about people, and I'm not really offended by much, and I honestly was kind of surprised that ABC canceled the entire show and didn't continue the show and just recast Roseanne. Or call it the Dan show, like they were thinking about, because Dan is the husband in Roseanne, because that show employs a ton of people, and it's their number one rated show. So
so there's a responsibility with the person whose name is on the marquee to not go on her Twitter and act like an asshole. But we have this president that does it, and he sets the tone, and then he has supporters. Very few of them are in Hollywood. She's one of them. She thought she could act like him. And kaboosh. Now, what do you think he's going to do for her?
Oh,
nothing.
Trump? Well, I don't think. I mean, I don't really think there was she's expecting anything. What I'm saying is I think people are upset about ABC hiring her and giving her the reboot to begin with when she has a history for a long time of tweeting controversial things, but also a lot of conspiracy theory things like that 9/11 was an inside job. Then she tried to allege that Chelsea Clinton was married to a controversial figure who essentially turned Jews in during Nazi Germany. I mean, but all these things are false.
Well, I'm sure there were a lot of conversations leading up to that. And in her contract, there was a morality clause, which actually is basically what happened. She tweeted, homegirl Channing Dungey said,
yes,
hold up.
Gorgeous.
Somebody give me Roseanne's contract. Bring the contract over here. Get Roseanne's agent on the phone. Tell them that bitch is fired.
Well, she was. It didn't take them long yesterday. They were done. But I do think it's sad for a lot of people. I didn't even know that Wanda Sykes was the writer. They'll get other jobs,
but I think this is a positive turn in terms of us bringing back some morality and some level of accountability to the things that we say when we have that kind of platform. Really, because it's just gone apeshit crazy since President Trump has been in office, and we all know that. So
Right.
this to me is like, everybody check yourself, you know?
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, she's obviously...
Except for this podcast. Because I'm talking some shit today.
You are? Oh, good. I can't
No,
wait.
I'm just kidding.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is like if you want to say what you want, you just basically build your own platform.
Pretty
Which
much.
is really what we've done. Like, I mean, that's the part of the reason, too, I like not being aligned with a traditional media company because, yeah, then you do have morality
Right.
clauses. You have to say and do what the company wants.
Exactly. We're pretty moral. We're
Sort
pretty good. I think we're pretty good.
Anyway, you can always weigh in. We are live on Facebook right now. You can go to Sarah Fraser, boop, hit my page, and we do a Facebook live show of the podcast every Monday, every Wednesday, right around 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can weigh in. Are you happy that Roseanne has been fired? Do you think it, like Paul was saying, that this is a good step in the direction of holding people accountable for what they're saying? And... do you think? I mean, I do kind of think the show should have gone on without her, but at the same time, I think it's probably not the
Hell
same
no.
show.
They can't let the show go on without her. They could do a Jackie show about her sister. Everybody loves her sister Jackie.
Like maybe
And
they'll
maybe
do
they
that
will.
with Dan and Jackie.
You know, those actors have done very well. Most of those actors, except for the kids. I do feel bad for the kids. Like the little boy, the little DJ. DJ ain't worked since Heck was a pup. Poor little thing. He probably bought a new house.
Yeah, poor DJ, right? Like that dude was like, finally, I've got an acting gig again.
But she's lashing out at everybody. She even lashed out at Wanda Sykes, actually, and said that, you all threw me under the bus. What did she say to Wanda Sykes? AJ, do you know?
I can't believe she said anything to Wanda Sykes.
Yeah,
I mean, come on. She's like, well, because today she Roseanne put out a tweet that basically said, stop defending me. Like, I never should have said this. I was tweeting on Ambien at 2 a.m, which none of these things are excuses for what she said. But I didn't see the one about Wanda Sykes.
I don't want to defend this woman by any means, and don't take this as a defense. However, I am the same man that took an Ambien in Harlem, New York City. I had on flannel pajamas, pink socks,
Well, Ambien, I've heard.
black Louis Vuitton loafers, a sequin jacket, and my silk headscarf. I walked outside. Let me just tell you, I don't know any of this is going on, okay? I wake up the next morning and Sidra, my friend Sidra, I was staying with her.
Sure.
Sidra Smith, you'll know she's a producer. She comes out to the living room and she's holding onto the wall like this, looking at me. I said, what? She says, N-word. I said, what? She said, N-word. Okay, like looking at me. I'm like, what happened? She said, you don't know what happened? I said, did I go outside? She was like, N-word. You came walking up in here.
I can't even picture anyone calling you that. God.
Oh, all the time. It's fun. It's fun, within those. Oh, please!
Within
I'd
the
be lying
limits.
about. Nobody's ever called me that. Please. Anyway,
I don't picture your
we get a
friends
pass.
calling you that.
We can do that, but don't you?
Don't worry.
I'll come across this desk.
You don't have to tell
So
me.
anyway, basically, I took a 10 milligram Ambien. I walked outside. I was rolling dice. Yeah, man. I don't even know how to roll dice. I walked outside. I thought I was dreaming. Oh, give me a 3. Give me a 5. He said, this motherfucker. I made my way back to the door. I looked down. I remember seeing something sparkly. I had on a sequin tuxedo jacket and pink socks and like red flannel pajamas. So some crazy shit can happen on Ambien.
It really can. You're not
It can
alone.
happen
I've
on
heard
Ambien.
lots of people. I've heard people get in the shower, shave their whole bodies. I hear that they make phone
Why did I
calls.
think you were going to say shave their buttholes?
Everything, butthole included. I have literally had people in my life who've taken it, and then the next day they were complete. Like, these are men.
Yeah.
Like, going in the shower, don't remember, and then showering their entire bodies, like arms, chest. I'm like, how is this drug still out there? People do crazy stuff on Ambien.
Yeah, they might need to work on the milligrams. You know what I mean? So 10 is too much. You got to split those babies in half. I don't take them anymore because they just linger. They
You
got
to go to 5. Yeah.
Yeah, kid.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's my Ambien story.
Anyway, no, that was hysterical. You're not alone. Like, tons of people, I'm sure people watching will leave their stories. It's like, it's crazy. So you were in Turks and Caicos. I was in
Yes.
Maine for the long Labor Day weekend. We were both relaxing a little bit. It was so nice to be off social media. How was Turks and Caicos? I've never been. Was it just like beautiful?
First of all, I fly up and I look down and the water is so turquoise. It's like something I've never seen before. I can see from the plane the water and I can see the sand below the water. I mean, it was just like I could see the floor of the sea. It was
looked amazing.
It was absolutely fabulous. I tell you, the one I just had a wonderful time. And we had a chef, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. His name was Jose. He was wonderful. He had two great women. Of course, I always make friends with people that are cooking my food because I love to eat. I mean, I'm just...
Cook me more. Yeah, especially on vacation, right? The food is always like amazing. The drinks
food
taste better.
Was amazing. I met the most wonderful people. I'll tell you a couple of stories. One person, a guy named Darius, he's a producer on Extra TV. He was there with his mom and grandma and his partner.
Okay.
And they were having a birthday for him. But I met a very interesting couple at the bar at the Gansevoort, a man and a woman. And she might be watching. I'm not sure.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
But they were talking around having a three-way with me.
How did we know? Here we
go.
Oh my God,
I'm in the bathroom right off the pool, and the guy comes in. He's washing his hands, and he's kind of looking in the mirror. He kind of looks over, and I'm like, it's hot. So I'm washing my hands a little extra. You got some soap? I'm extra dirty. I'm just lathering up. Where's this going to go? So anyway, but I couldn't do too much, I had expectations there. But anyway, so I wash my hands and I go back to the bar.
My God.
And I said, well, maybe I'll sit at the bar. So the guy comes around. I meet this lovely woman at the bar. So she gives me her name. She gives me her phone. And she's like, oh, let's hook up. I said, okay, great. So I Google her. And she's this heiress, okay, that has all this money. And she has, but the guy she was engaged to was in a car accident. She was the last person to see him. And in the autopsy, they found that he was actually stabbed to death. And then
what?
Like that movie,
this is
Death
like
Becomes Her.
48 hours. Okay.
And the car was in act, but he was already dead. So he's behind the wheel.
But he was really murdered.
Murdered.
Okay.
He was apparently the last one to see him. But she was behind her gates at her estate. So mind you, the hot guy in the bathroom comes back and sits next to this woman who I've befriended and invited for cocktails to the villa. All right. I didn't follow through on that. And they're like, oh, we'd love to get into something tonight. And I was like, oh, what would you like to get into? They're like, I don't know.
Wait a minute. How long ago was the fiance killed? And then she's there with this new guy.
This was about I think in 2013 or 2014.
Okay, so
I'm sitting at the bar Googling this. I'm just like,
me too.
Okay.
I need the news story. And has this been a 48 Hours episode? That's what I would be saying.
Exactly. So needless to say, they're cool people, but no three-way there, sweetie.
I don't blame you.
That
sounded like perhaps
I had to get
dangerous.
back to the podcast.
Oh.
I couldn't get caught up on the beach. So anyway, also, it's so funny. So the former premier is a friend of Sidra's.
Okay.
Okay, you know about him? Mike Missick. He's the former premier of Turks and Caicos, and he's involved in this big scandal.
Oh, I don't know this.
The big scandal. I'll let you Google for yourself.
Okay.
My name is Bennett. I ain't in it. Okay. But so we hook up and But
you hang out with him.
I hang out with him.
Okay, on this trip. Okay, so he's involved in a lot of scandal, but
he's involved in some scandal. But he was married to a friend of mine, the actress Lisa Ray McCoy. So you might have known her from what are some of the movies? My sister's watching. Hey, Holly. Holly, what movie was Lisa Ray in? The big. It's like Players Club or... Anyway, so she's a very famous actress. She's been in a lot of movies. She's a black actress. She wears all white all the time. She's fabulous. But they had a messy divorce. I mean, a super messy divorce.
Okay.
So he's like, oh, my ex-wife. And I'm like... He doesn't know that I know her. I'm just sipping my drink like a crazy person.
God.
He's like, this guy is really thirsty. Yeah, so that was a little bit uncomfortable. But other than that...
It sounds like you did have like a out-of-body movie experience. All these things happening. Like Brad Pitt's plane is there.
Oh, I was jet stalking Brad Pitt.
Oh, my God.
Because the guys were telling me that, Brad Pitt's house is over there, and I think he's here. Brad Pitt's here? Brad Pitt's here on the island? I can hear you. He's talking to you.
We can hear you guys on the...
I was trying to find the movie.
Oh, yeah. Did you find it?
Players Club, my sister just said. She was diamond in Players Club. Thank you, Holly.
Oh, okay. Which was a huge movie back in the day. A huge
movie, and she's done a lot of other things. But, so Brad Pitt, so I heard he was on the island, and I was trying to stalk him, but he may not have been there. So when we left, we flew private, and so I was looking, I kept asking everybody, is that Brad's plane? Is that Brad's plane?
They're like, what?
They're like, sir, you need to just get on your plane and go home. I mean, do you know what I mean?
Well, it looked amazing. The pictures were absolutely gorgeous. Paul Wharton style on Instagram. You could see every moment of it. You look
Had a
so
great
happy.
time. I feel
And
rejuvenated and ready to go.
we laughed because you were tagging us in your private jet photo, and we were like,
This
thanks
is
a lot, reminding us of we're not on private.
Well-
I brought up your pic of you in the private.
But that's no, and it was actually really funny. We were like, now when we fly American Airlines, we're going to tag you.
Well, I tagged that because I said, I'm going to talk about my trip on the Hey Phrase podcast because, I promote this podcast.
Oh my God! Well, you did. It was great.
I love it
Well,
here.
thank you. It was terrific. So welcome back.
How was Maine?
Maine was great. Oh my God, it was so nice. Like I just go up, I hibernate, I
Yeah.
get off all social media, which is a really nice break because it's amazing to me, like when you're not on it, how little you miss it. Like I
Yeah.
love just removing myself for a couple days. So
love
it
it.
was awesome, and that was it. Like my family was good, thank God. They're like all just like doing great, and so we just ate lots of lobster and drove around, saw my family members, and they always have fun stories happening. And then I'm just stressing out because I have signed up to be a graduation speaker at Lake Braddock High School, and I have no idea what the fuck I'm going to tell these kids.
Did you go there?
No.
What's
I've never even been. It's at George Mason Auditorium coming up June 12th. I'm like, oh my God. And then because I always think to myself, like, in these moments when people write you, they're like, oh, I've been a fan forever.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love for you to speak and share your wisdom. You're like, wait a
Doesn't
minute.
it always seem so
What
far
wisdom?
away?
Yes.
It's like, that's 6 months from now. Sure, I'll do it. And then that date always comes.
Oh, no, it's coming. And I'm like, oh my God, what the hell am I going to tell these kids? And not curse. Like, all I do is curse.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know what to say. And of course, what I really want to tell them is basically like, don't, you have to use drugs and alcohol in moderation because like that's how I got my first real radio gig.
I think that's more of a college graduation talk. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, right. See, this is what I'm saying is like, how do you gauge what's appropriate for high school kids and their parents?
If you even have to gauge it, it's not appropriate.
Oh, fuck. Now I'm like having second thoughts.
Definitely not that.
Well,
Clean all this shit up.
I'm having serious second
You know what I
thoughts.
mean?
Yeah, and I'd be curious, like I'm sure a lot of people watching, like have you been to a high school graduation recently? I haven't even been. I don't have kids, okay? So like Paul and I, neither one of us on the show, nobody that works on the show has kids, which is ironic. Like no one does. So I don't even know, like in 2018, what's appropriate for high school kids.
I have no idea.
Me neither. So if you're on Facebook Live, leave a message. Like, do people give really candid advice at these things, or is it all fluff? Like, is it all like, okay, like, remember to wear sunscreen and to always call your friends? Like, is it really basic?
I would stick to, if it were me, they've made it through the roughest part. Because high school can be terrible because you think that your entire universe revolves around those people that are around you, and then you find out that it doesn't. So I would say you made it this far, keep that going through college, know that, the end game is really where you're going. You're going to get out into the world, you're going to discover yourself, don't rush to get into a relationship, don't rush to commit to a job, just be and find yourself and be happy. And I would go on that. Love, faith, forgiveness, gratitude. Go, go, go.
Maybe you could go as me. I feel like you'd be much better.
No,
like you'd be much more.
You'll be great.
No.
You're very inspiring to so many people.
Well, I am, but I feel like that's like to the 21 plus crowd. Like the under 21, not so much.
Yeah.
Look, we have to thank a bunch of sponsors that we have. First of all, Mervis Diamond. We absolutely love them. And
I don't have my diamonds on today.
Oh, you need those. So MervisDiamond.com, they have 3 locations in the D.C. area if you are in the market for an engagement ring, a band for your significant other, maybe some diamond stud earrings. The Washington Post voted them the best place to buy a diamond. It is MervisDiamond.com. We also just had a woman, Paul, who listens to this podcast. She and her boyfriend, who is soon to be her fiance, have picked out their oval-shaped ring with rose-colored band. She says it's absolutely stunning, and she loved the service at Mervis Diamond. So
fantastic.
You need to go.
Which store does she go to?
I think she went to Tyson's.
Okay,
so,
Tyson's.
Yes, and she said that they absolutely loved working there, and they had an incredible selection.
I love them.
We
Shout
do
out to
too.
Jody at the 1700 K Street store. That's my girl. She manages K Street, D.C. Please shop at that store. They are fabulous, and I love them.
Absolutely. So MervisDiamond.com, they are the best in the DMV for all your jewelry needs. Also, we just got HelloFresh as a sponsor. So HelloFresh, I've tried them for the first time. It's amazing. I made a tomato flatbread.
I love it.
Well, you're actually like a really good cook, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I cook myself.
What? What is that?
I cook a little. Well, I'm not like a particularly great cook, which
Doesn't
is why
Dan do all the cooking?
He does a lot of he makes all of our breakfast. Okay. So he makes all of our breakfast and does all of our lunch. But I usually do make dinner. So they have 3 plans you could choose from: classic, veggie, and family. I did the vegetarian. We're kind of vegetarian, part vegans in our household. You can look forward to your HelloFresh delivery, knowing dinner just got much easier. And it's true. All the meals take around 30 minutes, so you won't spend all night in the kitchen.
I love that.
Yeah, I have to say, when I did it, it was super easy. The flatbread was
all
literally like
prepped.
everything is prepped and ready for you to go. And like, I mean, it was. Yeah, it was some of the most efficient meal prep ever.
I think I will try HelloFresh.
You'll get delicious, filling meals delivered right to your door every week for less than $10 a serving and free shipping. We love all that. And by the way, if you want to order today for $30 off your first week of HelloFresh, you can visit HelloFresh.com/HeyFrase and use the code HeyFrase30. Okay, so HeyFrase30 is the code. Sign up. I absolutely loved it. And it was super easy to prep. I'm also going to put it up on my Instagram to show you how easy it was to make the tomato flatbread.
I'd love to see you in the kitchen.
Here I am in the kitchen, just whining and dining and making my HelloFresh meal.
Love it.
So, HeyFrase30, you get the discount, $30 off your first box.
Let's do it.
All right, Paul, we have so many stories that I want you to weigh in on, including...
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
How do you feel about this? But the New York Times just did a story that acne is now in. Like,
Girl, stop. Pull the plug on everything. What are you talking about?
Acne is now cool. I wanted to know. You are, by the way, Paul Wharton Skincare Beauty. How do I say
Paul Wharton Beauty.
Paul Wharton Beauty.
Yeah.
You have unbelievable skincare products. Everybody knows you for your skin. So I thought we have to do this story because you are the expert. And this says that celebrities and influencers are now changing.
If acne's in, consider me out because I am not fucking... I'm too old to be walking around with a face full of acne. I mean, come on.
So you don't believe this? But they're saying that some influencers on Instagram are now racking up 15 to 20,000 followers in just highlighting and showing off their acne.
Oh, maybe owning who you are and showing your true self and taking the filter off and having those vulnerable moments, that's in.
Okay, but...
being proud of who you are is in.
They say that they're helping people by sending daily messages, sharing their struggles, and thanking them for their help of accepting acne.
Okay. I love that.
Megan Collins, a trend forecaster in LA, said that skin positivity has been brewing for a while. So now you've got body positivity and skin positivity with more people rocking their acne. But I'm with you. Does this mean that they're not like treating it? Or does this mean...
No.
So
this just means if you have it, look, this is a part of life. It's natural. Things are working through my system. Maybe my hormones are out of sync. Maybe, my pH isn't balanced. I'm going through something. Maybe I just don't know how to clean my face good or I don't have the right products. This is me. I'm working on myself, okay? We're all a work in progress. That I go along with.
Well, a dermatologist who spoke to this said that...
pretty girl.
Yeah, she is. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So AJ is bringing up, here's one of the women that's celebrating her acne. I mean, I'm all about rocking who you are too, but a dermatologist does say
she needs to change her pillowcase. Like, how old is that girl? That's a little odd that you would still have that kind of act. Is she that young?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She looks like she's like 22.
Yeah, she's like 21, and she originally used to get super expensive coverage, and she was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to show my skin, and now she has amassed thousands and thousands of followers.
It's rocking her acne. But here's the thing. No, you're right, Paul, because a dermatologist is basically commenting on this New York Times article and says that this is a dangerous trend. At the end of the day, acne is still a medical condition that scars. The idea of leaving your acne because it will be, quote, cool is not a good idea.
You see me with my hand here?
Yeah.
See, I barely touch my face. I only touch my face if my hands are freshly washed.
We're not supposed to
I
touch our
change
faces?
my
Oh
pillowcase. Well, I hate to say this. Can I say every day? It's
you
really
don't.
rude.
Maria does.
Priscilla, sweetie.
Ooh.
But if she's not there, I'll change it. I change it. Well, she's always there. But anyway.
Oh, my God. I am with you.
She's my Dan. Why don't I just start sleeping with Priscilla? Hey.
Oh, my God. You seriously
Maybe she's
need
my
to.
lifetime companion.
Anyway, I'm with you. I was like, really? I understand like celebrating a little bit of acne, but yes, at the end of the day, it scars.
Celebrate you. I think that is what's in. That's always in.
It is always in, but I guess do it if you only like rocking it, but then getting treated for it. Because they're basically saying if you leave your acne to celebrate your body, it'll leave like scars.
Confidence is the new black. It goes with everything.
It really does. Kim Kardashian is here in Washington, D.C., and I'm telling you, I'm
What?
making
What's
a
she
prediction.
doing?
She's going to be a FLOTUS in the future. She is here to meet with President Trump and Jared Kushner this afternoon to help a woman be released from jail and to fight for prison reform. Okay, is this like blowing anyone else's mind, or are people just like already
Who
like
is this
blown?
woman?
Kim Kardashian.
No. Who's the woman in jail?
Oh, the woman in jail is a grandmother who is serving a life sentence without parole for a first-time drug use. And Kim wants her pardoned. She's a 62-year-old. Alice Johnson is a 62-year-old grandmother, a great-grandmother, serving a life sentence without parole, as I mentioned.
Do we have her to pull up?
21 years. I don't think we have a picture of her.
Okay.
But Kim is here, which is pretty amazing.
That's awesome. So her family got to Kim and said, please help us.
Yes. Kim found out about her story via Twitter about a year ago and then reached out to Ivanka Trump because Jared Kushner's father, who spent time in prison, is a big advocate of prison reform. Kim is here today to meet with the president and Jared to try to get Alice out of jail and
That
change
is
that.
awesome. That is
Isn't
awesome.
that amazing?
It's very commendable. I like Kim.
I do too, but is that like mind blowing of like how far that they've come? Like, doesn't that blow your mind that from a reality show, now you're influencing social change? Like, that's pretty amazing.
Do you know about the night I had a date with Kim Kardashian?
What? No. How are you waiting to tell us that you went out on a date with Kim K?
Oh,
now?
you don't have the picture?
What?
I'll send you the picture. It's on my Instagram.
No, I've never seen
I
that.
had a date with Kim Kardashian. Let me tell you.
Hey, that should be your profile picture.
That
We
should
didn't
be.
know you
It
hung
is.
out with
Every
Kim.
now and again when I do a throwback Thursday or whatever, I put me and Kim up there. Let me tell you how people change. I should have known she was going to be big by the look of her booty. I should have known.
Really? Her booty was like great?
Her booty was coming along. I should have known and actually we hung out for 2 nights in a row. The first night she was here to host an event at the park owned by Mark Barnes on 14th Street.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So Mark calls me up. He says, look, there's this girl named Kim Kardashian. I said, I know who Kim Kardashian is. She's coming into town and you need to be her date. She's hosting this party. You come.
Oh
They
my
had her
God.
waiting in the SUV. I came. I met her. I got her out of the SUV. We walked the red carpet, hand in hand. We held hands the whole time walking through the club. She didn't drink. She was very sweet.
I've heard that,
I
yeah.
drank enough for me, her, and everybody else. I'm like, who's this big booty girl? This is DC, girl. It's my town. You know what I mean? This is
I
my
love it.
I had no idea she was going to be so big. I paid her like no attention. I was so busy taking selfies with other
You were like,
people.
sorry, I'm the star here. Yeah.
When was this?
You would have to look. This was, when did their show start?
My God, it's been on like 10 years. Didn't they just have their 10-year
It
anniversary?
would have been around 10 years ago.
So 2008. Okay.
It would have been in the very beginning of that.
Was Instagram even on then?
No, but I used the
Oh.
picture as my throwback, so it's on there. I'll send it to you. We'll post it
I
up
love
on
that
Hey
she's
Praise.
like so young. Like AJ was like, is Instagram invented then? Like,
I know. I just rolled my eyes. I'm like,
like her whole
He's
adult
saying,
life.
I did it as a TBT. Oh, you want more? You want more rose?
Get him more
You're
rosé.
causing me to drink,
Get
honey.
him more rosé.
You're calling me to drink.
Do you have an Alexa in your house? Do you have
I
like an
do.
Amazon? You do?
I do.
Oh my God, Paul, stop it.
I do. I have light bulbs and everything.
Okay, well, Amazon.
Alexa,
Yeah.
lights 50%. Alexa, living room lights 50%.
An Amazon Echo recorded and sent a couple's conversation without their knowledge, okay? Without their knowledge. And Amazon is saying, oops, sorry. It was just a series of failures. The device sent a recording to someone in their contacts without the couple's knowledge. The wife, who is identified only as Danielle, told the Seattle, Washington TV station this week that they learned something was amiss when they received a phone call from the husband's employee who lived in Seattle telling them that they had inadvertently received a message. He told them to unplug their Alexa devices right away. Danielle says that she and her husband went around the house unplugging the devices, which they had in each room, controlling their home's temperature, lights, and security, of course. She says, I felt totally invaded. And Amazon responded with one of the most bizarre and unsettling responses. They say, quote, Echo woke up due to a word in the background conversation sounding like Alexa. Then the subsequent conversation was heard as a send message request, at which point Alexa said out loud, to whom? At which point the background conversation was interpreted as a name in the customer's contact list.
Wow.
What the hell? Alexa then asked out loud, contact name, right? Alexa then interpreted background conversation as right. As unlikely as this string of events is, we are evaluating options to make it a little less likely.
Let me tell you what they should do about
That is
this, Sarah.
insane.
They should not. Alexa is a common name. I mean, I know people named Alexa. They need to allow you to name your own Amazon device. Bum Quee Quee. Bum Quee Quee. Turn these lights down. The lights, my light bill's going to be crazy. Bum Quee Quee.
Marie on Facebook is saying, our Alexa talks all the time by itself. She's creepy as hell.
She does.
There's no way.
But
I talk so much shit at home.
I think you need to be able to name it something that you would only be saying to that device.
Oh, my God. Okay, what would you call yours? Would you call yours Bon Quee Quee?
Sure. I don't know anybody named Bum Quee Quee.
I don't either. I don't know that I could say that even correctly enough to get it right when I needed it.
Yeah, it does concern me. Sometimes I turn mine off.
You better.
And you can disconnect it from syncing to your contact list. So that you can do.
To me, when I read their explanation of how many fail safes, like how many times that it apparently heard its own word and then sent something is just like.
Wait, by the way,
I can't
my father is watching live on Facebook.
Paul
Can you
Wharton
imagine?
Senior?
Wait,
I thought you said your parents hadn't figured out how to listen or watch.
I told them this is not parent approved. Listen at your own risk. I'm telling you now. I'm just telling you now, Dad.
All right, well, bring up this next story because I find this story fascinating, too. I don't know how, only in Florida, I don't know how this teacher is still employed, but a teacher for a class is explaining how they drowned a raccoon in front of students, and they have not been fired. This is amazing.
Walk me through
Forest
it.
High School agricultural science teacher Dewey Bruton did not, quote, torment the animals and was not unnecessarily cruel as she held the trapped raccoons in a trash can, filled the water to the brim, and drowned them May 15th in front of her class. What?
That's absolutely awful.
I agree with you.
That is absolutely awful.
Investigators said that
PETA's not all over this?
No, I have not seen PETA anywhere. So apparently the raccoon, they have a farm at this high school, and some of the farm animals were chickens, which this teacher alleges the raccoon has been killing the chickens. So they set up a trap. Once trapped, he said he couldn't shoot them because guns are not allowed on school property, and bludgeoning them would be, quote, too brutal and messy. The teacher explained that the most humane way to dispose of these nuisance animals was to drown them.
But in front of the kids? I mean,
there's video. I think AJ's bringing up the video. We don't have the sound on the video, but you can see the raccoon trapped in the trap before they drown it. You can't see the drowning. You can't see the drowning. Like, this is like the news. Okay, so here they go. So this is actually where they did drown it, and it's being drowned now, but you don't see it, the actual animal.
Okay, but I guess we can't compare our lives and where we live to where these people are. You know, if they live in a very rural community, and this is something that they have to do, and he's saying, look, the easiest way to do this is to trap them and then drown them.
Okay,
I think
let's
it's
look.
awful,
Forest
but
High School in Florida. What if it's in like Tampa or Jacksonville?
Right,
What do you
exactly.
say then?
South Beach. What? Oh, shit. I take it all back.
This is in Ocala, Florida. I feel like that's not a small town, is it? Is that rural?
I don't know.
It doesn't sound
I was
like it.
giving them the benefit of the doubt.
I'm with you. I don't know how PETA is not investigating that. Doesn't that seem crazy? That would happen.
And the Animal Rescue Alliance, but they don't rescue raccoons. Raccoons are a bit troublesome.
They are. I mean, they're really awful. They carry a ton of diseases, and they are a nuisance animal. There's no doubt about it. And they destroy your trash can. They'll like kill any small animal. I mean, they're an awful animal.
What would you do in Maine?
Well, they'd probably shoot it because everybody can carry a gun there. Like, it's an open carry state.
Does your mom have a gun?
So someone would probably blow it away.
Your mom has a gun in the house?
I grew up with, like my grandparents and my dad always and never had a gun license, always carried a handgun under the seat of his car, always.
Wow.
And we grew up, my grandparents' house, when we would go over there, he had a loaded shotgun behind every door.
Behind every door?
Every door. My grandfather was a World War II vet, and we just knew from like the age of 2 or 3, they were always like, you don't play with these stuff. This stuff can kill you. Like, our parents just told us. I don't know. It was... I don't know. It was different. It was just like a different time in the 80s. But, we went over to my grandparents' house, and you just knew you only stayed in the kitchen, and they had like a kitchen living room. That was it.
Okay.
You stayed in that
you
area.
Never stayed the night.
No, we never stayed the night. And they had loaded shotguns behind every door.
That's really
I know.
scary.
Welcome
but hey,
to rural Maine.
I'm there. I'm with you, kid.
Imagine.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no, it's crazy. But everyone up there has like an arsenal of weaponry.
Who do you hang out with? Do you have friends?
In Maine?
Yeah.
Yeah, all my old high school friends.
And you just call and say, hey, I'm in town.
I went and saw my friend. I'm also good friends with my best friend, Tia Pooler, who I've grown up with since middle school. Her mom, Debbie Pooler, was one of our high school teachers, and we always hung out with Deb. And so I just had dinner with Deb when I was home. Like,
and you
catching
go
up.
to the pub?
We go to the pub. So Dan Riscotta, and there's also a place, of course, have you ever seen Roadhouse, the movie?
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
I know, like ages ago. But one of the most popular bars in Wiscasset, Maine is the Roadhouse.
Okay, wow.
So you go to the Roadhouse. And it's like, and that's the thing is my 20th high school reunion is coming up, but we're kind of torn. Like, do you have the reunion? Because if you go to the Roadhouse on a weekend, basically our whole class is there.
Right. So that's
like,
it.
do you have a reunion or do we just all meet at the Roadhouse?
Sure, there's cake. I mean, cake and balloons. Just bring that over to the Roadhouse. That sounds great.
Oh, my God. I love that. I'm all about it. Meghan Markle's mom is apparently absolutely miserable post-wedding. She's being silenced by the royal family. Do you believe this? Doria Ragland can't eat, speak, or otherwise open her mouth about Meghan any longer. Insiders and friends say that she is feeling withdrawn and she is second-guessing and, quote, miserable, the 61-year-old is, by being silenced by the royal family. You think that's the truth?
Nope.
You don't think it's true? You don't think that they're putting any
No, I mean,
pressure on her?
she's a very respectable woman. She's a yoga instructor. She lives a very healthy, kind of present life. And I don't think that she was ever speaking out of turn about her daughter, even before the wedding.
RadarOnline.com alleges that she has been silenced with a non-disclosure agreement. Doria's close friends back in L.A. watched the spectacle on TV. Some anxiously tried getting her to give them the details about the lavish ceremony as they were excited to know more about her daughter's special day, but to no avail. Doria shrugged her shoulders and said, quote, "I can't say a word. It's just so sad." I don't know if that's true or not, but I was like, damn. I wonder if,
Silenced. That woman's not being silenced.
Looks great, though.
She's being respectful of her daughter and her new position
and
as a part of the royal family.
That's good for Meghan because I feel like the other side of her family has,
Absolutely.
tried to sell stories about her.
Thank God it was the white. Sorry. Are we still on? Sometimes when some shit goes down and you're just like, Lord, please don't let that be a black person. Please don't let it be.
I know you say that.
Oh,
You've said that.
I got to be honest. I got to be honest because this is a place where we can be honest. But sometimes when there's like something horrible that happens or somebody, I'm like, God, we have it hard enough. Don't let this be a black face that pops up on the news. And then when they're white, sometimes I'm like, ooh, we dodged a bullet.
Thank God.
So I'm
you're
just
lucky
glad
on
the part
that
of her
one.
family that's acting up is y'all. Y'all got to deal with that.
There it is. Pretty crazy. Also, I'm obsessed with this one has been trending on Twitter, but a student is being punished for putting a high school up for sale as their senior prank. So when you were in high school, did you ever pull any senior pranks? Like your last year there? Like, did you guys do anything? You never toilet papered the hallways, released rats? Maybe it was just us. I don't know.
I could release a rat? No. I was so busy trying to be cute in my jag with my hair. My quote in high school.
You never did any high school prank?
No. I thought I was like, I used to go out at lunch to like TGI Fridays.
You never put toothpicks?
I thought I was pretty fancy. I'm going to Fridays for lunch. You're like, we're all going to Burger King. I'm like, oh no, I need table service.
I'm going to
Jump
Fridays.
in the Jag. Let's go to Fridays or Olive Garden.
Oh, yeah. Olive Garden used to be like that used to be like the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I know. Oh, and Denny's. I was like, oh, my God.
Oh, Denny's. Yeah, that was a
Remember,
good one.
everyone would go out drinking and then you go
I
to
didn't
Denny's.
do anything bad, though. No.
Look at you. You were so
No,
good.
I didn't.
Never put toothpicks all through the field? Oh,
No.
all right, well,
the field. What the fuck?
Wait, come on. You didn't go to like the football games, the soccer games? You guys must have like football at your high school, right?
Sure they did.
Well, you didn't go like on Friday night to all the football games?
No, I was at Cafe
Where were
Milano.
you?
What? I remember going to Cafe Milano. My dad's watching, so he'll know. I had a Jag.
Oh, my God. In high school?
Yeah. I got a Jag in high school, so I really thought I was something. I was
missed
16.
out.
And I harassed my dad to death. Oh, my God. I almost gave him a heart attack, so we had to get the Jag. But I used to go down to Cafe Milano, and that's when, like, ATM credit cards first came out. I know.
Oh, my God.
And my cousin Ginger, I used to pick her up. She went to Churchill in Potomac. I'd pick her up, and then we would get dressed in suits and like all dressed up. I was 16, and I would drive to Georgetown to Cafe Milano in my Jag with Ginger, and we would get out and go in and like have pasta, and they would give us wine.
What? They would give you wine?
They thought I was like a grown man. I would pull up to valet in my Jag, and she was like, and I was only 16, and then we would see our mothers pulling out their credit cards when they would shop. So we thought that the little ATM card was like a credit card. So we used to be like, I got this. And then are you hot? We would break out into a sweat because we didn't know if the cards were going to go through. Oh, I forgot.
Cafe Milano.
I didn't call my banker. Oh, Ginger, do you have your...
I love AJ. Our producer's face is like, what the fuck?
Try this one.
Like, where were you when you were 16, AJ? AJ, did you do any senior pranks? You went to an all-women's high school.
Yeah, we moved all the desks like from the classrooms out into the hallways. We put it on the stairwells. We stole the mascot from somebody else's school. I had it running around in the courtyard.
Oh my God! I think this is genius. This Missouri high school student, Kaylin Scheel, opted for some insane high school prank by listing the high school on Zillow. Okay, so they listed Truman High School, she did, for sale at a reasonable price of $12,275. The post described the building as, quote, huge 20-plus room facility and listed with points like newly built football field, newly added 4 modern day rooms, next to Walmart for convenience, and a huge parking lot. Great for partygoers. How is this person punished? This is genius.
I think it's awesome.
Oh, me too.
So
she
people
was
started
suspended.
calling the school?
She was suspended, for the last couple of weeks and cannot walk with her senior class for graduation.
Oh.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, come on. Give the kid a break.
I know. Sorry, it's actually a him. Sheely told the local news outlet that the administration suspended him for the remainder of the school year and isn't allowing him to walk. The school, it seems, saw the post as, quote, an implied threat, albeit a non-credible one. Oh, give me a break. I think that's brilliant.
I think it's awesome.
I know. I think that is absolutely hysterical, too, but this school is just not seeing it. I figured you might have, like, a funny high school prank.
Yeah, no.
Well, we tried to toothpick the entire field, but it took way too long.
Toothpick?
Yeah. Which makes it, I don't even know why. That's, like, the most destructive thing you can do because it makes it impossible for them to, like, play or, like, mow on the lawns. I don't know why we did that.
Oh, my goodness.
And then when I was at Mount Holyoke, we released rats in the hallways.
Where'd you get them?
We just went to the local pet store because they sell rats and mice also as pets, but then to feed snakes. So we thought like, oh, this will really like freak everyone out. No, like the women just like a couple women were like, these rats are so cute, and then they adopted them and got them a cage. We were like, what?
Have you heard about this whole snake? Like there's so many snakes this season. Like the snakes are everywhere.
Where?
They're everywhere. People are saying like they're hatching and like they're just running everywhere, like down the sidewalk,
Maryland,
in
Virginia?
the suburbs.
You're kidding.
And I never want to go to the suburbs again. I'm just having such a moment about this.
I don't blame you.
Apparently the snakes are everywhere. Anybody know about that out there in the suburbs?
Oh, my God. Comment on our Facebook page. I didn't know that.
I'm deathly afraid.
We are getting some. Chrissy says that I went to a boarding school and we took all the girls' makeup before they woke up, so they had to go to breakfast without makeup. Okay, I like that. They must have been mortified. There you go. There's some. I feel like that's something that AJ would do. And then Julius Ford says, oh, my God, I am loving the Cast Pod. By the way, we have to tell you we have a live show. I don't know if you have the graphic, AJ, but we have a live show coming up. We're trying something new this time of doing a cast of podcasters. So here it is. It's going to be June 17th at DC Improv. It'll be Paul Wharton, of course, Danny Starr, and myself. Everybody likes it when the three of us are together and we do a show.
That is going to be so much fun.
Oh, my God. So I
think
Father's
this show, Day, huh? Wow.
On Father's Day. So bring Dad or take Dad out to lunch and then come that night. It's a 7:00 show. We're only doing one. Sometimes in the past we've done 2 shows back to back in the same night, but this is only one show, 7:00. So it will sell out. Get your ticket, $25, dcimprov.com. And I'm excited that Danny is going to be live because you and I have obviously done many live shows together. But this one will have Danny on stage with us too.
So are we doing our stand-up this time?
No, we're doing a show in August.
Okay, for our stand-up.
With Rob Mayer. Yeah, a well-known stand-up comedian who's opened for Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart. And he's actually going to take us through a little boot camp like the day before.
This is going to be great.
And then we're going to have a Maryland
Can we do it
show.
like a couple weeks before so we can get our acts together?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can do it whenever.
This is
and then
fantastic.
We can practice. So the stand-up show will be in August. This show is just really kind of us like.
Hey, Chrissy's coming. Hey, Chrissy.
Getting our chemistry out. Yay!
Yeah, can't wait to see you.
Oh, my God. Alyssa says it's going to be so lit. We love Alyssa. Paul won't purr a snake?
I won't pet a snake.
Oh, you won't pet a snake. Oh, okay, Juan. I got it.
Lots of snakes in the rural suburbs because of the excess of rain.
Oh, my God.
I'll bring in a snake in for Paul, and we'll have a little show and
Girl,
tell.
I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Have you ever heard somebody say, either I go or they go? I saw it on Dynasty.
No.
I can't wait to use it.
No, we can't choose.
You bring a snake in and I'll be like, It's either me or her.
We love you both.
You
so
make
much.
your choice.
No. That would be
on.
the worst. We would hate it so much. So anyway, don't forget to get your tickets. It is June 17th, DC Improv. We absolutely love that. June 23rd is the Emmys. So Paul will be having an amazing Emmy party. We are all crossing our fingers that he wins an Emmy.
What if I don't win?
I don't know. I am a little nervous because I actually was at Fox 5 yesterday and one of the women was like, she has an event, her girls' night out event. So Sean Yancey was talking to me and she's like, yeah, can you still host? Paul can't because the Emmys are that night. And we were both saying like, oh my God, he better win because he's going to be so upset if he doesn't.
Oh, no. I think I'll be okay.
Even if you do. I mean, I think you're actually going to win.
To be honest, who knows who's going to win? Because, a lot of the
other people nominated?
They put heart and soul into it. Yeah, I looked at it. They're pretty good.
Oh, shit.
I was watching. I said, I better only watch 2. Like, that was enough.
Oh, really?
But the thing about it is,
okay, well,
I have a sponsored weekend. And I'll announce it. It's going to be like a whole thing. A big corporate sponsor is going to do my Emmy nomination party, my private dinner. I'm buying 2 tables at the Emmys. Like I'm doing a whole block of rooms in a hotel. I'm doing a brunch, a going away brunch on Sunday. We're flying in celebrities from LA. Like it's a whole thing.
Oh
so
God. Okay,
that's the only problem with me not winning. But yeah.
Oh, that is crazy. Are you you're just celebrating all the hard work
I'm
to get the
celebrating
nomination.
the fact that I took something from a thought and I worked it all the way. It wasn't even 99.999. It was 100, baby. I went all the way. So just for me to get that kind of recognition from something that I just thought about and I made happen, that was a reach also. It wasn't just like, I think I'm going to take the trash out. No. I thought I was going to make something bigger than I've ever made before with somebody that I've loved and adored.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. You've been, I know.
And got it on the air and got it FCC and paid the difference of what it cost. Like,
everything.
Whatever it needed to happen, I did it.
Right.
So for me, I'm celebrating the nomination, but I better fucking win.
Oh my God, no pressure. No pressure.
You better have a Xanax waiting for me. Just sprinkle it in my cocktail. As soon as they say, and the winner is Jon Snow, I'm going to be like this.
I wish I got to work that weekend, so I'll just be like following you online.
That's me. I'll be calling you.
We'll be driving by, I guess. Because I was going to say June 23rd, the podcast, AJ, Leslie, and myself will be podcasting live from Ray Delray in Delray, Alexandria. Their Ray event is happening June 23rd. It is all about health and fitness and wellness. They're going to be having free yoga,
during
free
the
soul
day?
Cycle. Yes.
And then you'll be back to do Girls Night Out at night.
Yes, I hope.
Fantastic.
I'm still working out the schedule. So it's June 23rd, and they're going to have all kinds of local vendors there. We'll be podcasting live. So you can go to their Facebook page right now to RSVP, which is Ray Delray on Facebook 2018. It is a great neighborhood event, but also it's just really good for health and wellness and fitness.
Sounds great.
Yeah, all day free classes. So it'll be very cool. And then we'll be celebrating you. We'll be social media and excited for you.
I hope I don't get the heebie-jeebies. I really don't. I get, I'm not good with, the heebie-jeebies. Oh, Jesus, Lord, help me. Take me now, Jesus. Take me now.
Take me now.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get that.
Why would you? You won't get that. You're a pro. You're a pro.
I can at least fake it till I get home.
Yes. You'll be so good.
Priscilla, bring me my Pyrin tablets.
Oh.
Have you seen Birdcage?
Yes.
Nathan Lane, the real dramatic one.
Yes.
He needs his Pyrin tablets to go on.
Yes.
And then Robin Williams says to Aguador, "What are you giving him? What are these Pyrin tablets?" It's an aspirin with the A and the S scraped off. Priscilla, lay out my Pyrin tablets, honey. I didn't win.
Oh my God, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Fuck the competition.
Who right.
Who could be in that? Who could be possibly submitting anything better than Patti LaBelle?
I think I should win.
I do too. Yeah. Well, let's count down.
If it's not, it's racist, it's homophobic. I'm going in. I'm calling Johnny. Johnny, wake up. Get up out this grave, Johnny. I don't give a fuck. Everybody, I'm calling the Johnny Cochran firm.
Well, wait,
I'm getting Jesse
I'm
Jackson.
sure there are other black
Al
nominees,
Sharpton.
though.
No, not in my category.
You're the only black nominee?
I think so.
That's great. Really? Okay, that seems
well,
racist.
of the content, I don't know who produced it, but of the content,
okay,
it was pretty white.
Really?
Yeah. So my only concern is because
well,
people that vote and that are part of the Emmy organization, they're all over the United States. So what if I get some kind of weird pocket, like a crazy state like a Trump state or
conservative
something.
state, sure.
And
Texas.
they're voting. But are they members of the Emmy organization? Maybe not.
Trump supporters, yes.
Oh, fuck. I'm screwed. They stole it from me. I earned that
Hopefully
Emmy.
they don't turn into this podcast because,
I
oh
know.
my God.
Love ya. Shit.
Take it home back.
Just
Love
cut my
ya.
mic now.
All right, look, 2 more stories, and then we'll get to some deep thoughts from the men and women on Tinder, and we'll leave you with that. If you are trying to get pregnant, I go back and forth. I was having major baby fever over the weekend. All of my relatives, in Maine, everybody has kids. So I was having major baby fever. I was like, oh my God, I need to be really thinking about having a kid next year. What am I going to do? So I was reading this story about if you want to get pregnant, you and your partner need to be eating seafood. Like seafood now helps you get pregnant, according to this new study.
Okay.
Yeah, well, do we have any shrimp? I'm going to be eating
You
this
trying to
all
get
the
pregnant?
time. Well, I'm not trying actively now, but I feel like I'm a
It
year
wouldn't
away.
be so bad. You can get pregnant. That's a big.
Who's gonna take care
you
of the
work right
kid?
up until you have the baby. Dan will take care of the kid.
I don't know though. Now, see, he tells me he doesn't
AJ
want to
would
be a
take care of
stay-at-home
the
dad.
kid.
I do think that. I think that AJ would.
Ooh. No, I'm very good. I'm CPR certified.
Really? Okay.
That's all I have to offer.
Really? That was it? Well, that's fine. By the end of their research, they concluded that seafood boosts both male and female sex drives and improves sperm and egg quality. This is fabulous news. I love it. Great. I'm going to be eating a ton of salmon and a ton of shrimp. Give me some prawns.
I love it.
According to the study, couples who ate seafood twice a week are the ones experiencing this spike in sexual activity and increased likelihood of conception. I am so down.
I love it. Let's do it. Shit. Let's just
I'm all
eat some
about it.
seafood and see what happens.
Do you have a green thumb? Do you have a garden or anything at home that you keep?
No, I used to. I don't have an outdoor space now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never seen this, but there is a naked orchid man. Okay, so there's an orchid that actually looks like a nude man. Have you ever seen this? I'm obsessed with this. I want to grow one.
Wow.
I know.
That definitely looks like a nude man.
Doesn't it? How is this? How am I just seeing this orchid for the first time? I looked at this online. I'm like, what? This was trending. Naked man orchid is not fake. It's real. This flower went viral, talking about
You
nature's
said the flower
wonders.
was flaccid. This flaccid.
It has a penis and everything.
It really does.
Nature is full of beautiful creations, and this is one of them. It blooms every season in different colors and different shapes, but it literally looks like a little man with a penis hanging down.
I'm not mad at him. And it's not a little penis.
It's at half chub.
That penis is like,
It's it looks like a third leg.
he's kind of a shower.
Doesn't it look like, okay, this little orchid, right? It has almost like it looks like what a hat on, right? And then 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs, and then a penis hanging down. Is this not crazy? I'm sorry.
Really
My mind
something.
was blown when I saw this.
But
I don't
it's
know if
not
anyone
such a pretty orchid, though.
You don't think so? Wait,
really.
even from afar, you don't think, Paul?
No.
Orchids are, you're right. Usually orchids are a lot more.
It's like, don't tease me.
more
You're going to
attractive
show
than
me a dick, show me the real thing. You know what I mean? I don't want
It's
no
only a
pretend
plant.
dick. I don't want no plant dick. No, I don't.
I thought this was great. I was like, God, we got to grow one of these on the show. How great would that be? We have all these faux flowers in the studio, but fuck that. How about this orchid that's got a big dong hanging out? This should be the mascot of the show. I'm like, this is
It
so
kind of
great.
should be, right?
Right. We talk about it all. We really do go there. People, by the way, Paul, loved the Macy Gray interview, and they loved your impression of Macy at
I
the
felt
end.
bad about that.
Why? I know it
I
seemed
really
like you
did.
felt bad online. I was like, why do you feel bad?
Well, I feel bad about that because I would never want to say anything to intentionally hurt someone's feelings, do you know? If she saw that, I was having fun. But what you all don't know is before the interview started, she really didn't want to be bothered. And she was
completely. She was
saying to us
completely.
you got 5 minutes only. And from my perspective, this is the deal. We started the show an hour early to promote her show. We're not getting any money off of promoting her show. She didn't really answer all the questions. She didn't feel comfortable or whatever, and she was just a little bit out of it. So for me, it's like, you're telling us we only get 5 minutes and no more. Bitch, we doing you a favor. I had to schedule my thing around Macy Gray. So I guess.
Well, actually, we scheduled the show because I was going to Maine.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I
Wasn't
was
really
mad at
about-
her for that.
No,
it was you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I'm mad at you. Don't have me changing my schedule.
I was going to kind of let you go, but then I was like, actually, that really wasn't Macy's fault. So, no, we recorded the show early because then I was catching a flight to Maine later that day.
I see.
And But I didn't think you were disrespectful at all. I mean, the reality is, look, Macy, and this was one of the questions we were going to ask her, but then they were like 5 minutes. So we cut it short. But, she has a reputation of being very, very difficult in interviews and has for many, many years.
Right.
And then admitted that in Rolling Stone and blamed it on drug use, which, okay, fair enough. I'm sure, drugs act.
And she's clean now, right?
Well, she says that, but I have talked to several people in the, because obviously I worked in radio for years, in the radio business who interviewed or had her as part of music festivals a couple of years ago, and they said she was like high as can be. This is allegedly.
What did we hear about the show? I know a lot of people went. I know we gave away some tickets.
I don't know. It's not good. I feel like we shouldn't talk about it.
Why?
Because, honestly, we do giveaways all the time on this show.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I'm gonna say we have any giveaway, right? An Amazon gift card. What else are we giving away? Dr. Ruff. Dr. Ruff, I get like hundreds. I didn't get one fucking. I had to do a second post. I did a share the Facebook video right now to win with the lowest shares we've ever had.
Why? People didn't want the tickets?
I don't think people were into her.
So did anybody go and tell you how it went?
I don't know, because I did a second post and I said, hey, look, we still have these tickets available. Does anybody want to go? And then I had a couple people email me and I just gave them to one of them. And I haven't heard. I don't know if the show was good or not.
Okay.
But anyway, I thought it was
Listen,
kind of
I wish her all the best. I'm just not a kind of guy that wants to tear down anybody, but I like to have fun. So that was like my inside voice.
So fun.
But on
I don't want you to feel bad at all because that was so good. So I hope you didn't.
Good. No, I don't feel that bad.
Okay, good. You shouldn't.
If she was more gracious and like, oh, thank you all for promoting my show, and of course our viewers don't give a fuck. So
no one gave a fuck. I just knew it would be amazing entertainment one way or the other. I was like, hell fucking yeah. I would definitely.
I'm gonna start talking like that.
But when she wouldn't talk about her vibrator sign, I was like, bitch,
I don't think
we're
I should
talking about
answer
you.
that. Well, shit, take it down off of iTunes so nobody can buy it anymore.
You Google her, it's like the second most popular YouTube song that comes up, and it's just singing to her vibrator. I'm like, girl, you don't want to talk about that. You've made so much money off the ads off that YouTube shit, and he's like, okay, Paul is trying to get every sip of wine.
That's it.
Okay.
I told you it wasn't going to be enough to get me through the show.
All right. Oh, my God. AJ, we need a refill. Let's hit you with some Tinder profiles. Every Wednesday, we either do Paul Reacts at the end of the show, and we play like a funny clip or an interview. We give Paul something because he is so funny in his reactions. Or we do something called Deep Thoughts from the men and women on Tinder. And so today we've got some pretty funny Tinder profiles that we want to share with you.
Okay, Dustin.
So this is Dustin,
What's Dustin talking
21.
about?
Well, I'm a fat fuck with a big truck. If you can't get a big greasy burger, then we won't work. I'm 21 years old, but don't let that fool you. I have no social life like I'm 40. If my truck doesn't impress you, my personality probably won't either. Welcome to the shit show. Ever dated anyone, Paul?
I mean, you don't give me much to work with here. I was looking from a distance at that truck like, okay, that could be kind of hot. Have you ever seen a big truck like that coming down the street?
Yes.
And you kind of like look up at the driver to see who's driving that big motherfucker. That thing might be right.
Yeah, and they always have on like a Ford truck hat and like a greasy flannel. I've never
Well, now they're like, the whole thing is to blacken the windows.
Oh, right, to tint out the windows. Are you
yeah.
into that? I'm not into the big truck look. I don't know why.
Kind of hot sometimes.
Okay, well,
I'm a little scared of it.
Are we swiping left on Dustin?
Swipe left.
Swipe left. Okay, next, we need another profile. Screw Dustin in that big truck. All right, here's Victoria, 25. Ass and kitties. On the topic of nude pictures, I just want to remind everyone of a little movie called Titanic. A girl in 1912 has her naked body drawn in a sketchbook by a random dude that no one's ever heard of. Locks the drawing in a safe on a boat. The boat sinks and her nude picture still ends up on television 84 years later. No one is safe. I agree with that. You know what? I like that one.
Okay.
Don't send the nude photos. Even if they're on the Titanic, they're not safe.
They're not safe.
Yeah.
A friend of mine just said that last night. He says, I was thinking about something. I said, what? He said, I sent this dick pic about 2 weeks ago, and I just don't feel like I should have done that.
Oh, my God. Don't you hate it now? People are just holding it. They're just waiting for you to become famous or something.
Yeah.
All right, last one. This one is from Tim, 23. And he says, I lost my watch at a party once, An hour later, I saw some guy stepping on it while he was harassing some woman at that party. Infuriated, I immediately went over, punched him, and broke his nose. No one does that to a woman, not on my watch. I kind of like that one, too.
I love it.
Tim, you're not bad.
I love it. Okay, we swipe right on Tim.
We swipe right.
I love it.
All right, what else, hon? Are you all good?
Hey, I'm all good. I am feeling good. I'm back. Anybody that that saw my pictures from Turks and Caicos, I got so many messages from people that said, I am seeing this. I'm envisioning myself on vacation. I feel inspired. Thank you for taking me there. And that's what I want from people. So we can do it, y'all. Plan y'all summers. Pack your bags and go, boo. Go. Just go. Just go. You'll figure it out when you get there.
You guys are amazing. Look, DCimprov.com. June 17th is our next live podcast show. Love you. We'll see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.